कोई न जाने कैसी रात ओ बरसात वो भीगी भीगी रात ना मैं जानूं ना तुम जानो कैसा है ये मौसम मुझे न जाने कहाँ से ये फिजा आए घटाए खाली सोचा जुदा हो गए हम Caravan repair. Highly dangerous. Only
Hello,
खाता है
Caravan Rebot. Now let Paimon think. What were we up to the first time we came here? Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahita's consciousness had been trapped by the doctor, but we followed the clues she left behind to help her. So much time has already passed since then, and it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahita's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time, and then Nahita won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow always find ourselves right in the thick of it. Who knows what will happen next? Come to think of it, maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. At most, when she was super tired, Paimon got caught in some strange Anyway, for Nahita's sake, maybe we should think about heading to our next destination.
Ah, look who it is. Running into you in a place like this? I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering around? We're usually taking care of some serious... But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the desert for a usual client of mine. Nothing too interesting. Just as... That's when I saw you two all the way over there. Chatting away. What were you two... Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are travel. Bumping into you like this will become a rarity. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two?
Thanks, but no need. Oh, Paimon had No clue you'd miss us so much.
Sounds good. All you need to do to get to Fontaine is cross this stretch of desert and navigate some waterways. Knowing you two, I'm sure it won't be anything you can't. So, when are you leaving?
Oh, wait a sec. Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in Sumeru that Paimon had...
I see. Guess you won't be needing a going away party or anything. Though, now that I think about it, Sumeru wouldn't be what it is.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no need to bother her in the...
Then, I guess this is goodbye for now, Traveler and Paimon.
Goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Hello. Fontaine पहुंच गए अपन फॉन्टेन। पूर्व माने टाइम नारायण फॉन्टेन एक तरफ रेगिस्तान, दूसरी तरफ पानी पानी। तो मॉन्स्टर और वीडियो है, नॉर्मल जगह है। तो मेरू सैंड और रेगिस्तान दोनों है, जंगल और रेगिस्तान। चाइना के बीच और ड्रैगन स्पाइन कैसे है? सर ये फाउंटेन कनेक्ट कर रहे हैं। Anyway, tomato, fontaine, anemone, chilo, dendro, hydro, inazuma, inazuma तो है। इनाजुमा अलग अलग आइलैंड है, तो मेरे ख्याल से न्यूजीलैंड और ऑस्ट्रेलिया इनाजुमा है। There is China, Taiwan, and Japan, Romero है, इंडिया और ईस्ट एशिया। क्या? हाँ? क्या? अरे यार, भाई ये हर जगह घूमता रहता है। मुझे नहीं है इसके पास, है क्या ये? कुछ तो दिया मेरे को है।
One After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it! Oh, this must be Fontaine's port! Wow! Everything looks so advanced in Fontaine! Paimon's heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines! Just seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do!
फॉन्टेन यूरोप और अमेरिका को मिला के हो
Good
सकता है।
idea! Nahida gave us loads of useful information.
कौन? तो इटली, जर्मनी।
7 is probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Will we get along? Nahida To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a tragedy how things ended for him. Clearly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still...
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you...
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we...
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something...
Really? Like, a real trial? But the way you were talking about it and the words you used just now made it sound like...
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on an act while harboring ulterior motives. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage is splendid enough. Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera Epiclese, or more commonly known as...
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that?
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered this. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past.
You're a trees? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, wait. I almost forgot to ask you our question. Do you know what we should do if we want to meet the Hydro?
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. We could definitely...
Huh. I think what they mean is that they wish to speak with the Archon person. In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to make an appointment well in advance, and it'll depend on what...
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment...
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people...
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a bit...
Yeah, I suppose you could say that.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful in front of visitors. Otherwise,
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her. Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in...
No, people call the waters around Fontaine a sea. It's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now, it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, but now, the water is gradually swallowing our memory. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories? and that it won't be long before it engulfs you too.
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about where to begin. Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally greeted each other yet, have we?
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking fun at Paimon, are you?
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine when
Oh! Alright then. Well, Paimon's just happy to have a... By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the Opera House later. Please, follow me.
Anda yang udah saya hari.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Elektro.
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu. As you can all see, two unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Is she talking about us?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. No, I have come to receive you personally. Fear is for insignificant cowards. I am a god, and I will never entertain the notion of such meaningless wariness. You can be rest assured. I see clearly your sincerity. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. It will allow you to truly behold. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the nation of Hydro and acknowledge the value and significance of your trip. Now, you may rejoice in this.
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, how should Paimon describe it? A little, Miss Hydro Archon? How did you know we were coming?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding.
Don't forget that even the gods can be divided into the mediocre and the excellent. I suppose it's only natural for you to be awestruck by my abilities. You had best stop and consider. Do you really have the noble qualities and etiquette necessary to communicate with a god? All it takes is a flick of my finger for me to know everything about you.
Whoa. Talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still isn't enough?
Is she waiting for us to start talking?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Wait, does this mean they're the legendary blonde traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh, is that Lady Farina? Is there some kind of drama going on?
Of course. That's the blonde traveler. The one all those stories are about. Lady Farina came here to personally see him.
Ooh, I've got to see this. I knew...
Yes, but don't get too excited now. My dear believers and spectators alike tend to get quite rowdy, and you may consider this my reward to all of you. I have determined that there will be an epic duel between myself and...
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Are you not afraid? Might I remind you that this is a duel against the divine?
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorent. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to draw their sword against a god. He is obviously a true warrior. Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled, and a mere duel will...
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be...
On Aranias, criminals are always requesting duels to defend their honor. They're getting a bit old, to tell the truth.
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
All right!
Right. This is Fontaine, after all. Such a grand opera house, it would be...
Why do you care so much about the crowd's reactions? Seems you've spent a little too much time in the opera house. Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court? You mean you're going to put us on trial?
Oh, we have reason to... According to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within Fontaine city limits during the first 3 days of each month. You...
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that? Wait, flying object? You mean Paimon?
Precisely! Now, if you two have no objections, then...
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. But if you would allow me to interject, I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally someone who's not crazy.
Ah, great magician Linny, my beloved citizen.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should shoulder the responsibility of six. So, with such an audience gathered here, allow me to perform a...
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
There. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You've got to be joking.
I thought it was pretty good. Nice one.
Huh, I'm not sure what to think. It seems Lady Farina...
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I enjoy. With you here, today's performance can finally be called complete.
Performance? You see all this as a performance?
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. The god of justice will not bring charges against an innocent person. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other lands. I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House, Mr. Linny and Miss Lynette. That's enough for now.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. He never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just now.
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation, just in case. I didn't think it would actually come in handy. So, now do you see what kind of god Lady Farina is?
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to... It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera House.
But isn't the Opera House where criminal trials are held in Fontaine?
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety of other performances. To the people of Fontaine, And speaking of performances, I would be remiss to forego this opportunity
My brother's always excited to make new friends.
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do now, and we wanted to go to the Opera House anyway.
Splendid. In that case, why don't we go together? I'll show you the way. I just have some... Oh, you really mean it? Then I'll take you up on your offer. This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you can help me distribute them to the people here.
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it began, but a prophecy has been circulating around Fontaine. It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and offended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore the prophecy completely? Why bother feeling guilty all the time?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this is more than a bit of rain.
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophet?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe the story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. As time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating. So, if you ask me, when water rises and...
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But people can't live underwater. They'll die.
All right, I'll take it. I guess I just feel that
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician on my behalf when you get the chance. But where would I move?
I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecy's true, It's still gonna be a long time before the water can come. Life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving,
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what did people have to say? I bet you heard some, interesting. Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so...
Is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out in a...
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the materials look like and we'll help. Many hands make light work.
Oh, that would be much appreciated. We'll need some Romaritime flowers. Tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power-saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
Fine. Though the performance is still a long way off. Now that we're finished here...
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the Opera House? Good. Paimon wants a tour of Fontaine's...
Wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon didn't notice anything.
She's obviously a thief. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really... Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries... All right.
Step on up!
अरे यार
This is the spot where Lenny wanted us to wait. Oh, look! Isn't that her? No, did she notice us? She's already in the other direction. What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also. Nothing's happened for a while now. Emma wonders if Lenny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
साउंड को क्या हो गया यार आज अभी तक शुरू होता है उसको तो मैं बंद करने का उसको बंद करने के बाद भाई क्या हो रहा है यार साउंड को क्या हो गया साउंड नहीं आ रहा है यार एक भी रीस्टार्ट कैसे होता है ये रीस्टार्ट रीस्टार्ट करने के बाद कुछ ज़्यादा ही फास्ट हो गया है क्या यार
मैं भी चले जा। माइक ऑफ करूँगा तब आएगा फिर।
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by talking about her story.
इसमें आ रहा है कुछ।
By the time I looked back, she was already gone.
हेलो।
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch
इसमें तो
her.
पूरा आवाज आ रहा है यार। मेरा आवाज आ रहा है भाई। माइक ऑफ में खतरनाक हो रहा है।
Just a twisted ankle, that's all. In fact, it's feeling better already.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt doing it. Imagine what would happen if you managed to derail our performance as a result.
You're right, you're right. Sorry, Lynette. I have to admit that the thief was even more skilled than I had anticipated. But at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
What a slippery little thief. Guess things turned out all right in the end, though. Libby's initiative paid off.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us.
I can't wait any longer. We ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around! People in Fontaine really—
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being—
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's go.
Oh, excuse me! Aren't you the great magician, Linny?
Hello. I don't believe we've—
I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your
It's an honor to meet you.
Wait, could that be the legendary traveler who's been making headline after headline in their journey across Tibet? Amazing! You recognize everybody almost immediately. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who's who, would I? Wow, today must be my day. Who knew I would end up on the same boat as so many VIPs? Could my vision... So, Charlotte, what do you usually report? Well, when there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle. Even if, for example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. That's fine and all, but what I'm really after is exclusive, sensational news pieces that could shake... Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately.
You mean the serial disappearances of young women case?
That's right. These stories are the talk of the town right now, and it's probably the most... If I'm the first with a draft ready to publish when the case is finally cracked, and it's the head... Oh! When that happens, I bet all the other reporters will shed tears of envy. I've already gathered up...
So, what is the serial disappearances of young women?
That's right. The first missing girl case happened almost 20 years, and ever since, after a period of time, another girl disappears. What the cases have in common is that, but the scariest part is that to this day, many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case, but shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But either way, I believe that every case has some precise truth.
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, the family of those I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear. I'd pay any price to get her back, and then find a way to track down the culprit.
Please don't imagine that, Lenny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride with...
I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat again soon, Chapter.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop by and see me at the Steambird when you have time.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing everyone.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first? Besides,
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge.
Step on up.
This is our current abode. Ah, Fremine, you're home. Where did everyone else go?
Oh, they all just went out a moment ago.
I see. Everyone is getting busier now that Father will be returning soon. I suppose that can't be helped. Allow me to introduce you to my little brother, Fremine. He is a
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. Oh, you sound very proud to have a diver as a brother, Linny.
Linny, could you come here for a moment?
What is it, Fremine? Do you have something to tell me? Okay, I see.
Is everything all right?
Oh, it's nothing. We were just discussing a little. Oh, before I forget, the Traveler and I collected more materials.
Yes, I went diving and gathered lots of materials.
That's our Fremine, always quick with the underwater work. All right.
Looks like rain.
Oh, you're right. But wasn't it clear and sunny just a moment ago?
I'm afraid that's just how it is here. It often rains on days where there are trials being...
What's wrong, Fremine?
There's a legend about the rain that I tend to believe. It's said that a dragon of water once resided in Fontaine. Though we don't know where the dragon went, every time it weeps, when I was a child, my mother told me that if I wanted to go outside and play, I should yell toward Hydro Dragon! Hydro Dragon! Don't cry!
If it's an elemental dragon, then having the power to make it rain wouldn't be very... Let Paimon try something. Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
Doesn't seem to be of any use. It is just a legend after all.
You know, you might be a more popular magician if you understood the concept of romanticism.
Sorry. It might be because we've never met the Hydro Dragon. It rained for longer than I suspected.
Was there something you needed to do, Linny?
Yeah, some preparations for the show at the Opera House. I need... On the day of the performance, just ride the aquabus to the island of Araneus. I'll have Lynette meet you at the fountain in front of the Opera House.
Oh, are you leaving?
What is it, Fremine? I'm in a hurry. Oh, I get it. Perhaps we could trouble the Traveler to help us take these materials to the Beaumont. I'm afraid that Fremine can be quite introverted, and the boss there tends to be pretty tall.
No trouble at all. Don't worry.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I'm quite useless when it comes to such...
Oh, no need.
Thanks again, you two.
Surprise!
Hello? Is there anyone here?
Oh, hello there. New customers? Looking to buy, or do you need something made? Or perhaps...
Oh, no. We're just here to deliver some materials. Here they are.
Ah, these must be for Magic Pockets. I could tell right away. I've already made several orders worth now. No need. They've already prepaid several batches worth. When they told me what they'd be using them for, but they insisted on paying the full amount, saying that I had a business to run.
Wow. So...
I can't say for sure, but who knows? Maybe they're...
Hey! Is this machine what you use to make stuff here? Ew.
Why use your hands when a machine can do the work? It would be a waste not to use the latest technique.
But where does a big machine like that get its power?
Well, It's a little complicated, but basically, everything we usually use here in the city is powered by indemnitium.
Huh? How can trials produce it?
Well, I'm not completely sure of all the details myself. When a trial is in session, the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale harvests people's belief in justice and converts it into...
So that's what its other function is? Paimon heard that the Oratrice was... But... Paimon still doesn't get it. How could something unreliable like people's beliefs be turned into a stable power source for these machines? Oh, yeah! So that means the Hydro Archon relies on the machine to take the energy created by belief and...
Even though I've never heard anyone really put it that way before, it sounds like it makes sense. Besides indemnitium, we have another type of energy called It isn't produced by the power of the Archon, but it is unstable by nature. Even now...
I thought I'd find you hard at work, but here you are chatting the day away. Since you're already talking...
You again! Didn't I already promise you that I'd have the more I owe to Confrérie of Cabriere by...
Yeah, but how do we know that you won't go running off by the end of this month? I want 50% to...
Huh?
Seems business isn't so great for the workshop. We've already finished our job and delivered the materials. Maybe now's...
Hey, hold on! Before you go around trying to collect payments, why don't you settle your own debts first? If Confrérie of Cabriere wants to poach clients from Northland Bank, that's fine. But I'm afraid you still owe the bank a hefty sum of mora. So why don't we work things out between us first, before you get back?
You're from Northland Bank. But we said we'll pay...
Traveler, Paimon! I didn't think I'd run into you here in Fontaine. What are the chances?
We're surprised to see you too! What are you doing here in Fontaine? You didn't want to stay in Snezhnaya?
Long story short, I've already been in Fontaine for some time now, and honestly, but it seems that fate brought our paths together today. Not only will I have some good friends here now, but ones who always seem to find trouble. Either way you look at it, it seems things are going to get a lot more interesting now.
Pretty sure we'd want to avoid anything that you'd find interesting. Besides, our trip here has gone pretty well so far, right, Traveler?
Hey, you, Northland Bank boy. Aren't you forgetting?
Don't interrupt. It's not often I run into the Traveler like this. Why don't you wait for me over there for a while?
You kidding? Aren't you the one looking for us? You really expect us to sit and twiddle our thumbs? Listen to me, boy. If you want your mora, fine. Why don't you...
Hey, I just said not to interrupt. Oh, by the way, Traveler, the last time I took Tonya and Tusser ice fishing, Tusser...
Hey! That's way over the line! All right, boys, let's see who has...
Can you at least let me finish one sentence? Fine. Though the bank told me not to get rough with our clients, you're the ones who started it. This is an act of self-defense. You two will have to be my witnesses, okay?
I'm sure this won't take long.
Tidal wave. Yeah. Who's next? Bring it on. Tidal wave.
What's your deal, Brad? How are you so strong if you're just a staffer from Snezhnaya's Northland Bank?
Oh, now you notice. It's a little late, don't you think? Just make... Huh?
Now's my chance!
Huh. That was weird. I'm not sure. It's as if I suddenly lost control of my hydropowers when I needed them. Maybe
Strange. How could that happen? First time Paimon...
Never mind. It doesn't matter. If I want to stay sharp, I shouldn't be relying too much on my vision anyway. Besides...
So what are you doing in Fontaine, child? And don't say it's work...
Well, I guess it's because I've been...
Huh? What kind of reason is that? What?
I don't know. Maybe I still have... But recently, there seems to be some sort of restless power stirring inside of me. And I don't know what...
Maybe you losing control of your vision just...
That is a possibility. I can't remember if I ever mentioned it before, but when I was 14, I felt it was during that time I learned nearly all of my abilities. The one who took me under her wing and taught me, she was always quiet and very mysterious. Nobody knew where she came from or what she had been through, and she was always very strict when teaching me combat. One time, I asked her why she was willing to take me on as an apprentice. Because I had awakened it, and traces of it remained on me.
But what is it?
She never explained that. But my guess is that it's related to a dream I saw when I had just fallen into that abyss. In my dream, I was in the deepest depths of the sea, and the boundless seabed was all around me. But in front of me appeared a
whale? Oh, that sounds familiar! When we fought against you before, you summoned a huge whale...
That's just an abstract form of a whale that I create. It takes that shape because the scene I dreamt of the whale has always been stuck in my mind.
So you used the whale as inspiration for one of your moves? Huh. Seems a little twisted to pop. So why don't you just go ask your master? Maybe she knows the answer.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for, but it's been years now, and I've still found nothing. There isn't even a trace of the place where I remember falling into the abyss.
Oh, it sounds like some kind of...
Yeah, I'm out of leads at this point, but there's nothing more I can do. It seems that strange encounters in this world tend to be... Oh, seems the time really flies when I'm talking with you. I just remembered I have somewhere else I need to be, so
What? More work for the Northland Bank?
No, it's more of a personal appointment. Lately, I've been sparring with some of
Official champion duelists?
Yep, in Fontaine, before a criminal goes to court. They're given one chance to defend their honor by... The champion duelists are all-powerful fighters selected from among the nation's best. So engaging in such a duel is regarded as a symbol of defending your honor. If a criminal manages to win the duel, they'll be acquitted. And the worst-case scenario is that you're simply... Though it's rumored that Fontaine has a death penalty, from what I can tell, no one has ever... So really, the only people who opt to duel are those who have suffered a grave injustice in being accused, or those who greatly value their honor.
So, do many people actually get out of their trials by winning the...
Apparently, it's exceedingly rare for anyone to actually win. Fontaine probably enacted this system as a way to show that the... Besides, none of the champion duelists are to be trifled with, which is exactly why I was... Apparently the one I'm meeting today, Clorend, is the strongest of the champion duelists. I had been asking her...
Well, that's child for ya. Paimon feels like we heard that name somewhere before.
Oh, before I forget, I want you to...
Huh? Your vision? You're seriously just giving it away?
I'm just worried that it could become uncontrollable again. I'd be pretty upset if it got in the way of my duel. So, besides, I just need you to hold on to it for a short while. I'll come retrieve it.
Paimon knows what you're up to. You just want an excuse to come to...
Whatever gave you that idea?
That sneaky guy. He said he's been feeling... Well, since we don't have much to do for now, we might as... Wow! Who could have seen that coming? The reporter who was barely around for most of the story was the murderer all along! Sorry. Paimon was just surprised, that's all. Whew. twist coming. The murder mystery novels here, the whodunits here in Fontaine are a lot different than the light novels you see from Yai Publishing House. Both have their merits, but it's so exciting to reach the moment when the mystery is uncovered. Oh, sorry about that. Paimon will be more. Hey, shouldn't we be heading to the Opera House to see? Lenny said that the Opera House is on Aranias, so let's go ride the Aquabus.